Never-Trumpers' lack of scruples, principles, or love for America's true values of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness shines brightly this week, folks. I know not many of you are watching the Democrats' virtual convention this week, but a notable speaker on the first day was so-called Republican John Kasich, former governor of Ohio, congressman, and failed presidential candidate. I've met Kasich and listened to his pitch at a liberal Republican's fundraiser for him in the 2016 presidential race, which, as a reminder, he lost miserably, by the way. Kasich likes to talk in a way that appears frank and honest, but he's anything but. His open support for the Socialist Party, I meant the Democrat Party ticket, is typical of these never-Trumper types. You know who they are. If you're a Republican like I once was, they piously tell us for decades we true limited government and liberty Republicans were just going to have to hold our noses and vote for people like Kasich because they could win and were good for the country. It's laughable because they fought and spent billions to keep the Republican base's candidate, Trump, from being elected the first time and from governing once elected. You don't believe me? John McCain and his staff gave the Steele dossier to the FBI. Remember that? Even today, never-Trump Republicans like Mitt Romney are fighting subpoenas of failed FBI Director James Comey and sleazy former directors of National Intelligence and the Central Intelligence Agency James Clapper and John Brennan so they can publicly be questioned about the revelations and facts we now know for sure that the Crossfire Hurricane investigation and Russia collusion hoax were a conspiracy against a presidential candidate and a duly elected president. Have you noticed the downplaying of the only real guilty plea to a provable crime, the one that altered evidence by a senior FBI attorney, by the media and all the politicians? The never-Trumpers are in on the conspiracy and always have been, but it's their current support of ensconcing Democrat rule over the federal government that should have even more of your attention if you're voting in the 2020 presidential election, folks, and I hope you all do. This is different than supporting someone individually that's a Democrat, which is still possible but very rare. What are they saying we should all support with the Biden-Harris Democrat ticket? Here are a few things. Defunding the police, Black Lives Matter, the Marxist terrorist organization, Antifa, the communist terrorist organization, the violent riots happening in Democrat-controlled cities every day now where citizens are being killed and injured severely, abortion beyond birth. Yes, killing babies, even those born live after an attempted abortion. Discrimination based on skin color and gender. Suppression of free speech that disagrees with their worldview. Hate for America's founding based on fake history projects like the much-touted and false 1619 project that is going to be taught in a lot of our schools. The removal of the values of freedom and liberty being taken out of American history, slavery reparations, abolishing of school choice, more involvement in overseas wars instead of ending them, hate for minorities that don't agree with their socialist platform, abolishing millions of energy sector jobs in states like Pennsylvania, re-entering harmful international agreements like the Paris Accords, denying that China is the #1 threat to freedom and continuing appeasement and economic policies that harm our national security and jobs, support of Iran's Islamic Nazi mullahs regime of oppression where they hang gay people and protesters, and I almost forgot, support of former President Bill Clinton identified in the presence of 2 young sex slaves on Epstein's pedophile island and is speaking at the DNC convention. So these are just a few of the despicable things you're being asked to support by a small number of supposed Republicans, folks. Well, here's the bottom line. If you love America and its foundational values. Don't vote for the leftist, socialist party that advocates citizens and police officers being killed and injured in our streets over a false narrative. Vote for Donald J. Trump and America all the way down the ballot. Our lives depend on it. Please subscribe to the Rob Maness Show YouTube channel or at robmaness.com and lifeset.com.
Mammoth Nation is the discount club for conservatives. You get great discounts on name brand products and services, and the proceeds help candidates who support the right causes. Plus, the money you save from just one purchase can pay for your entire membership. Liberal Democrats are destroying America, and we can't let Joe Biden be president. It's time to join the fight. Strength in numbers. We give the silent majority a resounding voice. Go to mammothnation.com and let's win this fight together.